Rich Rising, y'all. Rich Rising, Darlene. Ooh. Rich Rising, y'all. Oh shit. My shoulder's messed up. Oh yes, that feels good. Nice and cleansed. Hey, Rich Rising. Oh, god damn, my shoulder is messed up. I think I done, you can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? The way you're pulling me in your gravity. Okay, thank you, y'all. You might want to go out and come back in, Lizzie. Ooh, my shoulder is messed up. I think I slept on my shoulder wrong, but it hurts. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy Wednesday. I was sitting with Spirit today, this morning, and Spirit was talking to me about what do you have to lose and what do you have to gain. And honestly, they were saying, you know, you have nothing to lose. So this was something because I was kind of having a tough day. Yeah, Five of Wands. Okay. I was kind of having a tough day these past couple of days. And so usually a lot of times when I'm kind of having tough days, it's morely just because I just need to have a little bit of an emotional release. That and just needing to kind of cleanse my energy. Sometimes I can overextend myself and, kind of escape in a sense, is what I've been kind of noticing. To where, yeah, it's just certain things that I would do. But yeah, so I'm kind of just in space to where I'm letting that go. And so whenever I just feel dysregulated, I don't get up on live. I like to make sure that my channel is clear and the messages is clear when I come on here. And that's just kind of what I was feeling these past couple of days. Like Spirit was really just kind of telling me, yeah, the Hermit card coming out here. It's like Spirit was just kind of telling me to take some time to rest. Sometimes I get into a space to where I feel like I can't necessarily rest. Like I just have to always keep going sometimes. And it's like some days I'll rest and everything. But then it's like when I really, really need to rest, it's like, I'll get out of that space. And so one of the things that I was kind of really noticing of where I kind of got that from is just really society in general. Like society in general and my mom also as well. Being in survival mode. So it's like when you're coming out of survival mode, it kind of tussles in a sense. It's kind of like you got a pull of your older version of yourself and your newer version of yourself. So it's like some of you could be in that space to where, you're kind of just tussling in a sense. You're kind of in the in-between in a sense also as well. Okay. To where it's like your older patterns and then it's like your newer patterns and it's like, what's comfortable you kind of fall back into. So it's like, sometimes I would be so comfortable with overextending myself that, I would start overextending myself, but I catch myself every time. So it's like awareness is definitely key, because it's like, when you really kind of catch yourself doing the things that that is your old patterns, that's where that you've been shifting and that you've been changing. Rich rising, y'all. I actually did not get any good sleep last night. I really didn't. I did in a sense, but I had to sleep on the opposite of the bed last night. Dreams have been a little bit weird and wonky also as well. The energy's kind of just been weird. And I just can feel that's because there's a shift here. Like I said, January is kind of closing out. We're moving into that 2026 energy. And like I said, the momentum here. And so I know things is just kind of shifting. It's like things have to kind of clear out, close out. Clarity also as well is very significant. So things have been coming more clear, also as well, just a direction as well. But yeah, so you guys could be feeling that also as well. Yeah, it's definitely weird. But one of the other reasons why it's just kind of having like harder days these past couple of days, is trying not to be involved in, society's, situations of what's going on right now, because the things that's going on in Minnesota has been really, triggering me. Okay, it has really been triggering me. And really just kind of like I take myself away from kind of seeing what's going on in society a lot of times, because it dysregulates me, because I can feel that energy like really strong. And so yeah, it's just one of those things that I just can't really keep up with, at this time. But it's just really annoying just to see where things is going with life and how, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to just kind of look at. So that's kind of one of the things that I also picked up on in regards to why I kind of get in that space of neglecting myself, because I feel like society, we kind of neglect ourselves. We neglect things. Society has taught us to be numb in a sense, to where we see what's going on. We feel so hopeless in regards to doing anything. Or we speak out for as many times as we speak out and feel as if we're not necessarily getting anywhere with that also as well. But it's like I keep finding myself back to speaking out, okay? Because it's like, I'm not going to be silent during these times, and neither should you guys, okay? Exactly. Ten of Swords energy. Stand your ground, okay? Exactly. So it's like, don't be silent during these times. Speak up, use your voice also as well. That is part of breaking those generational patterns, of just kind of watching and seeing what's going on and not necessarily saying anything about it, okay? So it's like, even if you think that you can't do anything about it, on a personal level, using your voice is, very much potent, okay? It's like a ripple effect, it's like, one person, you see one person, the next person, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like a ripple effect. And it's like, we can make a big change. We the people are, more of, we have more power than what we think we have, especially in numbers. So, really kind of, do your part in regards to society, especially if you're expecting certain things out of society. Like, if you're expecting certain things from the universe, it's like, how are you not, nurturing and creating things with Divine Mother, in a sense. And it's like, you see what's going on. So it's like, you can't just continue to, shrug your shoulders with the situation, and then asking to receive certain things from Divine Mother. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's very strict around these parts nowadays, okay? Spiritually is what I'm picking up on too. But yeah. So some of you could be definitely kind of tussling with that survival mode, and really just kind of people pleasing energy also as well, to where, really just pouring back into yourself. And like I said, what do you have to lose and what do you have to gain in this energy? And we'll go ahead and tap more into that when we get into the cards. God, my shoulder is fucked up. Like, I can barely move it. Thank you for the roses. Alright, let me turn this music off because I don't want it to be the distraction at this time for the message. But one thing is, Minnesota is definitely standing on business out there in that freezing cold. I will tell you that, okay? In that freezing cold, they are standing on business. Thank you for the heart meme. Ooh. I don't know. I might have to take a break today. My shoulder is messed up. I'll be back on here later. I would show you guys this bird, but I don't feel like moving my stuff. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's see. That feels good. Energy feels good on my cards right now. It's the weather. Messages for the collective at this time. 222 is very significant. My shoulder. No, I think I slept on it wrong. I said I was having like a hard time sleeping last night. These past couple days has been kind of tough sleeping last night for the nights. I don't know. I think it's because like I'm getting more downloads also as well during the nighttime. Spirit's kind of been trying to talk to me more again. They was for a while to where I was having like lots of downloads during the nighttime, and then it shifted to where it was the morning times, and then now it's kind of shifting back to the nighttime. And really kind of what that is it's my different spirit guides. That's just what it is. Like a lot of times my Egyptian guides come at night to talk to me. To be honest, I think Medusa came and visited me. There was a lady that was that had green eyes that came and visited me last night. But yeah, the aliens have been coming to see me. You know what's crazy is I think I channeled this like some time ago. I'm gonna have to find that channel, but I was picking up because I seen recently that there was something in regards to Iran of them doing some sort of blitz attack. And to be honest, and then I seen that recently on, I think it was on some sort of social media platform or whatever the case may be. Recently, yeah, I think I seen it here on TikTok. And, it was funny because it was like a couple of months back, I was like, Iran has been really quiet. Like, I'm like, and really what I was picking up on that energy was they're going to be very silent about it. Like, I knew that they didn't forget about it. And then it's like, now all of a sudden it popped back up also as well. Like, I just knew I just knew some shit was about to go down sometime soon. I just know it is. California is significant also as well. So I was picking up on something surrounding California that may not look too pretty, is what I was picking up on last night. So, yeah. Spirit team visits you at night. Yeah. Yeah, mainly the Egyptians visit me at night. They visit me at night. I have a native visitor also as well. He's my brother from a past life. And he visits me a lot of times by the water. And I also have like a monk that comes and visits me also as well when I'm in meditation. And recently I've been seeing a jaguar spirit and a leopard spirit also as well. But what's crazy is I knew that I had a leopard spirit around me for some time, because all I pick up is leopard everything. Like my whole bathroom is leopard. I got leopard tattooed on me. Everything is just leopard print that I got. So yeah, that leopard spirit, that jaguar spirit, like is connected to the origins of my name. Which is in Malaysia, and I found out that I had a past life in Malaysia also as well, which is crazy. So, sometimes you may want to look up the origin of your name also as well, to see kind of where that comes from. But yeah, in Malaysia, they really are connected to the jaguar spirit and the leopard spirit. So it just kind of all made sense of the way it all kind of came together. A lion spirit? Yeah, me too. You may be part of the Lyrans. I don't know. I have a lot. So I got a whole army of spirit teams. They're all from different walks of just everything. It's just crazy. All right, let me get into this message. That's significant. Distractions could be significant. Distractions can be very significant at this time. Okay, keep your focus on the direction where you're going. Okay, your energy at this time. We are coming up on Ramadan also as well. So some of you may want to take some time to do some fasting. I'll be doing me a nourishment fast, which is something to where my body doesn't necessarily need to be detoxed at this time. My body just needs more nourishment. So I'll be doing like a nourishment fast. So I'll be doing a lot of like fruits and vegetables and kind of like warm foods. So I've been like juicing oranges and ginger also as well. So ginger is a warm herb. So it's very good for the winter season. All right, so drink some ginger. Oh wait, hold on, I'll be right back. Woo. I forgot my tea was waiting for me. All right. Thank you for the heart, me golden. When I be off of here for a couple of days and I come back on here, it just feels kind of weird. And I don't know, it just kind of feels weird today. I don't know what it is. That could be why I'm kind of stalling also as well as kind of waiting for certain energy to drop off, to be honest. There's always a meaning to my madness in a sense here. The movie Batman could be significant. TikTok been glitching real bad. Yeah, it has. It has. Yeah, definitely a couple days ago, I tried to get up on here and it was acting weird. So follow me on Instagram, y'all. The link is in my bio. I want to start going live on Instagram, but I only got like 200 followers over there. And I need to have 1,000. Okay. Like TikTok moves so much quicker, and my other platform, but I don't really speak on that platform because if you're meant to see it, you're meant to see it. But yeah, TikTok moves way faster than Instagram. Instagram is so slow. The people over there is just so weird. Also, as well, like I just don't like the connection over there. But I'm kind of over TikTok. And then on top of that, like with this whole situation of TikTok being bought out. And people like kind of, I heard red note or whatever the case may be, but it's like, I'm not someone who keeps up with all these platforms. Like, it's just not, that's not what I do. But eventually I'm going to have to, but it's just, it just gets so annoying. It gets so annoying. Bottom of the deck is Ace of Wands. All right, so new energy here. New energy, new behavior. All right, Page of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you may be needing to take some time. Yeah, Six of Pentacles and the Magician. So this may have to do with your money. There could be some delays surrounding your finances. This could also be due to financial literacy. Some of you guys could be spending a lot of money, just kind of emotional spending. It is kind of, you know, one of those things to where, you know, winter season, we ain't really outside. So it's like you may be kind of inside doing some online shopping. Okay. And some of this is like, yeah, Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. So this is kind of like an energy to where I was picking up on, like, you know, like I said, distractions type of energy. So distractions can also be, you know, that online shopping, you kind of just scrolling also as well, as well here. Okay. But some of you guys need to save your money. Okay. Some of you guys may be giving out certain finances also as well. Certain people are receiving a lot of karma at this time. And so some of these people, I'm picking up on family members. So some of these people may be family, also as well, that you may be kind of, you know, pouring into at this time, and they're really receiving karma. So you could be receiving karma as well in a sense here, to where it's kind of, you know, mixing in a sense, because it's like you're taking on their karma when you continue to give them finances. Okay. And it's like there's something here that new spirit wants to direct you in regards to your finances at this time. So also taking that time to kind of educate yourself is what I'm picking up on. Because we had the Page of Pentacles in reverse come out, the Six of Pentacles, and a Magician here. So like I said, there's like this money that you are, you know, kind of spending at this time that you know that you shouldn't be spending in a sense here. And it's like you, at the same time, it's like you're manifesting money, you know, for, you know, things to come in. But it's like I said, you're giving out your money to the wrong people for some of you. And for some of you, you're just spending too much money. So it's like you're manifesting money, but it's like you're spending too much money also at the same time. So it's like, I just shuffled this also as well. And Ace of Pentacles again on the bottom of the deck. So, you know, heavily has to do with money at this time. Or just kind of new job, new endeavors in a sense here. Money is also directly connected to your energy. So this could be, you know, due to your energy. Some of you could be wanting to manifest a new job, or manifesting kind of just being more financially free. And it's put you in a space to where, yeah, heartbreak energy. It's put you in a space to where you're not open. Okay. Thank you for the gifts, y'all. It's put you in a space to where you're not open. You've been harboring onto your energy also as well. So it's like, open up your energy so that you can be able to receive. Thank you for lighting me up, y'all. I appreciate it. But yeah, like all these pentacle energies, like this is nothing but pentacles that's out here. We got Two of Pentacles, we got Three of Pentacles, we got Five of Pentacles, we got Page of Pentacles, we got Ace of Pentacles. Even the Magician got a pentacle right here also as well. So it's like, you know, a lot of this has to be, you know, surrounding finances at this time. Okay, 111 could be very significant. You can be seeing also as well. So some of you may be kind of in a space to where you're juggling a lot in regards to money here. Okay, like I said, there's a need for you to watch around certain people that you may hang around here. Some of you may have cut off certain people, but you may still have certain people to cut off here, or kind of create some sort of energetic boundary. Like I said, I'm still picking up on family members, okay, also as well. And what I'm picking up on is like with that energy that I titled this, you know, what do you have to lose and what do you have to gain? You know, sometimes you just got to be able to say no. Okay, sometimes you just got to be able to say no and let people figure out what they need to figure out. as well. Okay, the more you continue to enable people and their bad habits, the more they're going to continue to come to you, because you're easy to get by. You're easy to, yeah, exactly, trust your intuition. It's like you're easy to be able to manipulate in a sense here also as well. Yeah, because it's like I said, some people just need to take that time to kind of realize that they have to do it on their own, okay, with this Five of Pentacles, because like I said, it ends up you in lack here also as well, because you keep bouncing from the Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, like, that the Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, like Page of Pentacles in reverse. It's like you want to be more towards that, Nine of Pentacles energy also as well. Like, some of this is kind of just in the energy, yeah, exactly, high anxiety, just kind of worried about everybody else but yourself here, in a sense. Here's what I'm picking up on. And it's like, like I said, when you decide to choose, the direction, where you want to go, and, get more clear on your boundaries, things will start feeling much more at ease. And it's like when you are so used to, and yeah, this could be some of y'all's lesson also as well. You can be a Taurus, doesn't have to be. Okay, you may want to look and see what your Taurus placements are in your chart, your birth chart also as well. Taurus has to do with money and prized possessions in a sense also as well. So you may want to look up what that is in your chart. I'm seeing someone needs to check their 6th house. So that is Virgo also as well. So Virgo could be significant. Something may be significant about your 6th house. This has to do with your organization, and also you being in routine of things also as well. So it's like, if you haven't been necessarily in routine, you haven't been organized, it's like kind of trying to start to reorganize. So maybe even budget planning also as well is what I'm picking up on. So some of you may need to set yourself a budget, in regards to what you want to spend for yourself every month. The budget, calculate up all your finances and see what you spend on a regular month. That was actually something I did on Monday. So it's like, I'm going towards a new month, and I'm full on entrepreneurship. So, one thing I had to do is really kind of get, like, I've always been very like financial literate with some of that, like always budgeting and everything like that. But I had to really, really figure out where my money was going to. And sometimes I kind of just will do a little bit of, free spending in a sense here, and also I'd be overspending sometimes when it comes to like groceries too. But it's like I had to really kind of get that planned out also as well, to where I just had to, decide what I wanted to cook, as far as my meals also as well. But yeah, so, some of you just may want to take some time to, thank you for achieving my goal. Thank you, Golden. But yeah, so some of you just may want to spend some time of seeing kind of, where your cash flow goes to, where your money goes to. Okay, let me get this person out of here. Because hold on. I might have blocked the wrong person. No, actually, I blocked the right person. Okay. Yeah, the energy is disturbing. Anyways, but yeah, so some of you may want to get into that space of really kind of figuring out what you want to do with your finances, as well as your spending and whatever the case may be. Okay, budget. All right, budget. That's what you may need to do at this time. Okay. Calculate how much your bills are also as well, kind of just getting that, what you spend on a month, what you need every month also as well. Because that could be where, with your finances, that could be where you are kind of shortchanging yourself, to where it's like I said, your spending has been more than, anything is what I'm picking up on. Okay. And like I said, giving money out also as well. So it's like you keep manifesting, but it's like you're not seeing your money. And like I said, when you are giving money to people that you shouldn't be giving money to, it's going to continue to be in this energy to where you're going to keep on feeling like lack in a sense here, where your money's not going to be reciprocated. So it's like you can throw the manifestation up all you want, but it all depends on your energy. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. It all depends on your energy. Take a leap of faith here, okay? Some of you are supporting people that you've been supporting for years, okay? Years, all right? Heavily picking up on family. But some of you are supporting people that you've been supporting for years here, to where it's just like someone just is not really ready to get it right in a sense here. And it's like, yeah, Knight of Pentacles, like I said, that's where you need to be at, is that Knight of Pentacles energy, you know, kind of more comfortable in your finances also as well. It's kind of like that energy to where it's like once you kind of get, you know, comfortable with your finances, it's like here's somebody come, you know what I'm saying, asking for some money, you know, and it's like whether that's $20, $50, and it's like these things add up. Like money adds up very easily here. Some of you have subscriptions that you need to go ahead and, you know, take off in a sense here, reevaluate. Some of you don't even use certain, you know, TV apps in a sense here that you don't even need that app anymore. Okay, so reevaluate certain things of subscriptions that you have that you can just kind of, you know, go without. Like I said, certain things kind of really just add up. Also as well, you know, all these things I'm picking up on a TikTok shop also as well. So someone's very much been shopping, okay? And it's like, there's no problem with shopping, but limits yourself also as well to where you're actually saving some money, okay? Because I'm picking up on someone who you're kind of living kind of paycheck by paycheck in a sense here. You know, or every paycheck you kind of just blow your money, and it's like, well, I'm going to get paid in 2 weeks anyway. So, and it's like, no, because, you know, you need to have that money for security, and also just that, you know, start accumulating those, that savings also as well. You know what's crazy is when I tell you I'm so good with money, I'm so good with money. But it's also a mental thing that I've been battling with also as well when it comes to finances, especially being an entrepreneur. But like having a job, I was so good with money because it's like when I would get my taxes every year, I wouldn't even spend that money. I would literally just put it into the savings. Like every single time I got my taxes, every single time, like I worked a 9-to-5 job. I was getting really, really good money through the government. So it's like, you know, I was getting paid every 2 weeks for that. And then also I had my side job, which I was doing makeup, freelance makeup artistry. So, you know, taking weddings and all this other type of stuff, you know, making really good money, you know, on the weekends, you know, from my off job. So I would just save that money. I would just, you know, in my mind, I would literally just put it in a different direction, you know, as far as the savings, to where I'm just like, it's not even money to be touched in a sense. So, you know, that's the whole reason why I was able to do what I do now. So it's like one of those things to where you may be getting, nudges to do certain things, you know, that will help you later on in life in a sense here. You know how we set up our little 401ks and our retirement to help us later on in life? You know, that's kind of what you're wanting to do also as well. You know, don't just depend on that 401k, because a lot of times, you know, these older folks aren't even able to depend on that the way, you know, society has been, Medicare and all this other type of shit. So, you know, really kind of setting up things for your savings at this time, so that you can just have that extra money, that extra cushion, you know. But yeah, so like I said, you know, so it's like I didn't even know, like moving to a different area to where I knew I was going to have to pay more, you know, I didn't even think about really kind of leaving my job. But it's like the more I continue to just not feel connected to the government, because it's like the way I think about things, the way I show up, you know, what I do also as well, is not in alignment with the government. So it's like, you know, it's very much rebellion energy. Okay. And it's like being around bosses that, you know, just wasn't able to understand me because I was going against the system and feeling like I had to be silenced because I was working for the government. Like that's just one thing that I just did not want to continue to do. Okay. So it's like, you know, all this time I was saving and didn't know that I was saving to literally have that money and that cushion for my bills and, you know, to go ahead and leave my job and completely start as an entrepreneur. So sometimes you don't even know you're being set up for, you know, your spirit is moving for things that you may have to take care of in the future. Okay. Also as well. So your higher self, you know, so trust your higher self at this time. What's the Six of Pentacles here for? For the collective. Yeah, exactly. So the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords came out here also as well. Like, this is like kind of that energy to where it's like certain people, and Five of Swords came out with the Page of Pentacles, okay? So like I said, this is that energy to where you are kind of feeling as if you are, some of you are going through a lot of betrayal, okay? Somebody may be sneaking somebody here, okay? Also as well, you may have already found out about this, but it's like, I keep picking up on family. So it's like, this may be something to where it's like someone may have already sneaked you in a sense, but it's like you feel obligated is what I'm picking up on. Like, someone feels obligated here. This could also be a child's mother, that may have kids here, that you may be tied to here also as well. So it's like kind of one of those things to where you don't necessarily want your kids to suffer with this also as well. And, one thing I will say with that, that is really raggedy and fucked up of, certain people to do, especially when you have kids and you want to depend on other people, especially, kind of trying to keep that man in a loop to where that person can't move on because you want to be able to have that control and power. Like, grow the fuck up, all right? Grow up. If I were you, I would see about getting custody or some sort of type of custody, okay? Because ain't nobody got time for that. Holding yourself up just because somebody else is bitter, all right? Show me what else. Yeah, this is a masculine. There's a message that I posted. Actually, never mind. I'm not even going to mention that right now. Yeah, some of you in a space to where you're dealing with certain people that, like I said, family, friends, but close people is what I'm picking up on. The lovers, relationships here, baby mama, baby daddy type of energy. Yeah, it has to do with your home stability here also as well. God damn, my shoulder is fucked up. I'm about to get out of this energy. I don't really like this energy, to be honest. Hold on, y'all. Let me cleanse this energy because this energy is weird. There's somebody on here on a fake page here. I know because my incense just stopped also as well. Like, my incense completely stopped. I knew something was weird on here. Thank you for liking the live, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this message up, but I think I'm gonna get up off of here because the energy is very weird. I'm not liking the energy, and I'll come back on here a little bit later, but there's an energy on here that I'm not feeling at all. So for some of you, you may have a storm brewing here, okay? I got the chills. Spirit was just showing me lightning. For some of you have a storm brewing here soon. This may be something that will get you in the direction that you need to be. So it's kind of like a good storm. Yeah, choose wisely came out. Exactly. So choose wisely on this, whatever this direction, something like it's like a tower moment type of situation. You may be presented with something that's maybe coming, that you're going to have to make a choice. Okay. It says here, decisions shape your path amid challenges. Stay open to learning as answers reveal your destined journey. Okay. So like I said, this is something to where, it's whether deciding where you're going to choose which path or whatever the case may be, you're going to go, because this is very relevant right now. So the message also as well that I recently posted, that 9/11 message, you could be seeing 9/11 and 555 also as well. Okay. It's kind of like, I'm hearing choose your fate also as well. So it's kind of like one of those things to where it's like, it's kind of like I said, it's a fated event here that may be happening. Okay. So choose wisely on the choice here. You want to move in your higher self, and take some time to really kind of think before making that choice also as well. Okay. Yeah. Flames of courage. Exactly. Like I said, something's about to kind of just, like I said, I was seeing lightning also as well. So it's like someone may be a fire sign, or you may be dealing with a fire sign also as well. But something may be kind of going up in flames here soon. Okay, so you're going to have to trust your intuition and your guidance at this time. The alignment, I've been streaming a lot of choice-based games, so have my friends. Show me what else. Yeah. Worthy goal just fell into this here. Seek truth also as well. Yeah, see? You see how I put my veil on? Like, it's like there's something here. It says illusion of, or what does it say? Veil of illusion. Like I said, there's a particular energy here. Okay, so that was very significant. Some of you may have an energy that may be around you that's kind of causing this illusion type of energy also as well. Okay. And like I said, so choose wisely, and then it has normal or worthy goal here. So it's like, you know, there's something that you're going to need to make this choice, and it's something that is very much worthwhile. Okay. Also as well within your energy. All right. And like I said, seek truth. So that's going to take some time to where, you know, seeing beyond the illusion here. So, you know, that's why there's a need for you to kind of pull your energy back. This right here was a crown chakra candle, or crown chakra incense. And like I said, that energy to where it just completely just paused and it's not burning anymore. And that's the whole reason why I went to go put on my my veil also as well. Because, you know, that connection, someone's trying to stop my connection with spirit. So things could feel a little bit foggy, whatever the case may be. Some of you, like I said, if you're, you know, a high priestess energy also as well, or you're feminine, you may want to, you know, cover your crown at this time. You could be getting a lot of headaches also as well, because there's some, you know, some sort of downloads that you may be picking up on also. Okay. But yeah, so, you know, especially if you're someone who kind of, you know, receives downloads, you may want to cover your crown here also. Kind of during the nighttime, also, or when you're channeling, okay, or when you're, you know, picking up on energy, okay. Or just continue to kind of cleanse around that crown. Because a lot of times when you have a big decision to make, you know, or they're trying to distract you from things that you need to make a, you know, a choice, okay, to choose wisely, that energy will get into interfering you, okay? And then you see how the water is in the background also as well. It's like that's water is purity, water is cleansing also as well. So some of you may want to take a spiritual bath. Some of you may want to wash your hair also as well. I'm picking up on someone who may have been like kind of wearing sew-ins a lot often, or just kind of wigs. And it's like, I'm seeing like kind of more than like, yeah, the birds flying right by my window. You may have wore like these braids under for like about 2 to 3 months. Okay. You need to wash your hair at this time. Okay. Yeah, trust your path here. Like I said, it's heavy on kind of navigating something here. So it's like there's something that you're going to need to make a choice in regards to the direction that you're going to have to go. And you need to choose wisely, okay? Because whatever this is, you may be kind of being kept in confusion, an illusion also as well, okay? So break the illusion here. So with that being said, you just need to get clear. You just need to ground yourself. Some of you need to take a spiritual bath, a spiritual shower. Take some salt also as well. Take some table salt, put it in your hand, and just wash your hands also as well with the salt. Okay, that'll cleanse your aura. That'll cleanse your energy. Make sure that you are intending that also as well. You're speaking that over that energy and asking spirit to cleanse your energy or cleanse your aura. Okay. Plan wisely, choose wisely. Like I said, it's like it's a whole bunch of like choose wisely type of energy. Like I said, it's a warning is what I'm picking up on. Okay. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Disturbances, you know, also as distractions that I was picking up on, you know. And so some of you may need to take some time to kind of cleanse out your crown chakra. So if you've kind of been feeling a little bit of fogginess also as well, you know, in your energy to where you just kind of been not really sure on what decision to make. Also, that decision, like I said, is a fate decision. So, you know, sometimes when we get this opening in regards to spirit to where spirit will give us a certain time frame, okay, Spirit will give us a certain time frame in a sense here to where we will have a certain, amount of time to make a certain decision, to make that direction in a sense here. And, or else you can go right back into that karmic loop to, being in that karmic cycle. So yeah, because they keep on saying don't miss this jet. They keep saying that for the past couple of weeks here. So like I said, there's a window here because we are in that 1 year. We're starting that 1 year here very soon. Like I said, March, April energy. So some of you have that energy to where you're needing to cut certain things off during January and February. Okay, so that you can have that direction. Yeah, I got you, Golden. I think Bree just sent one too. So you'll be after Bree. I'm almost done with the collective anyway, so. Ooh, my shoulder is messed up. Let me see what this is in regards to this choice. They're saying get the tarot. Let me see what this is in regards to this choice. What's this choice that the collective has to make here soon? Yeah, see, I knew there was some energy here that needed to be gone. It's like 10 people that left. Good, okay? Good. All right, get y'all asses up out of here. All right, show me what else here. What's this energy that they need to choose at this time for the collective? Exactly, Page of Swords. Exactly what I say. Watching, okay? Page of Swords in reverse. Got they asses up out of here. I know when someone's watching me that shouldn't be watching me. Okay? I know when that energy gets distorted. I know. Show me what this choice is that they got to make. Show me what this choice is, this decision. You got to let something go. Okay? With the Five of Pentacles. It says choose wisely. All right. I asked what you need to know in regards to what you need to, choose wisely here. And Five of Pentacles came out. So, someone needs to be let go here. This may be someone who kind of keeps you up in your head. You kind of been trying to decide and to make a certain particular decision. You got to let this energy go here. Okay. Show me more on this energy on choose wisely. Show me more. Knight of Wands, the Sun in reverse, and Four of Cups here. Okay, someone could be dealing with the feminine here, or you could be a fire sign that may be dealing with a masculine fire sign, or just a man in general that is not, that is very hot and cold. Okay, they're not necessarily grounded in their energy to where they don't necessarily give you kind of what you want and what you deserve here. Okay. It keeps you in this unhappy energy, especially with this coming in reverse here. You want this to be upright. So, whatever this is that's not making you happy in regards to this situation, you want to let this situation go, okay? Someone could just be kind of breadcrumbing in a sense here that you need to make that choice to go ahead and let them go and leave, okay? Like I said, with this Five of Pentacles coming out, yeah, make sure you take some time to kind of, be more vigilant. Okay, trust your intuition, go within also as well. Okay, take some time to be in hermit also as well. Like I said, this could be affecting your finances also as well, to where your money has been a little bit funny. Okay, there could be a masculine also as well that may be dealing with a fire sign woman here. Okay, could be Leo energy also as well. We got Leo out here, or you could be the Leo. All right, a Gemini is significant also as well. Someone may need to release a Gemini. Someone may also need to let go of you being so inconsistent also as well. So if it's not necessarily someone that you're dealing with in general, your money's inconsistent because you're inconsistent. So, when your energy is off balance and you are inconsistent, how do you expect your money to come in, consistently when money is directly tied to our energy? Okay. especially with worthy goal here, like, especially with worthy goal here, it's like, when you have a goal that you're kind of not necessarily consistent with in a sense here, how are you going to really achieve what you really want, you know? And sometimes when we have certain goals, consistency doesn't mean every single day. Consistency doesn't mean every other day, also as well. Consistency can be, monthly also as well. Or consistency can be mean every 2 days. Or, consistency can be you just always kind of come back to it in a sense also as well. That can be consistency. Just don't let it go further than like 2 months is what I'm picking up on. Okay. So it's like if it's something that you're being consistent with, don't let it run you out, 2 months in a sense here to where you don't do something. You don't go back to it in a sense here. Okay. Yeah. Take a leap of faith here also as well. I got a download yesterday saying you've always made a way. I guess you don't want it enough. Yes, okay. Like that's why I said like today, like I seen that ad, and it says you have nothing to lose, and it's like, and that was really right on time for me, and I felt like it was very much right on time for the collective also as well. Because that was something that I was kind of struggling with certain things in regards to just being an entrepreneur in general in my first year. Like that shit is tough. Like I don't know if I have any entrepreneurs out there that have been running a business and you're just full on entrepreneur, and you already been through that whole 1 year. Okay, like they say the 1 year is the toughest, or the first couple years, because really like what I was picking up on is, and this could be significant for some of you also as well, is when you're working a 9 to 5, it's like you have the recipe already. Okay. And it's like, so when you're building something, and, trying to kind of get clarity on direction, like you don't necessarily, you are the recipe. So it's like, you kind of got to put the recipe together. Like you have to have all the ingredients in a sense. And it's like, when you're working a 9 to 5, it's like the 9 to 5 already has the ingredients put out for you. You just got to follow the recipe. And it's like when you are an entrepreneur, or when you are kind of, going down a new path here in a sense here to where you're going down a different direction, and it's like it's completely a clean slate. This could be just also within yourself. You're just kind of moving down a clean slate within yourself. And it's like you got to have the ingredients and you got to put the recipe together. And it's like, and so it's like, child, ooh, boy, so it's like when you kind of used to kind of following direction. So for instance, like, some of you that are, like I said, choosing wisely, going down a certain path here to where you got to make that choice for yourself. You may be so used to asking other people, hey, what should I do with this? Or, usually you're so used to getting answers so quickly also as well. Or, now it's kind of like this thing to where you have to really kind of rely on your own, intuition, your own, source of, direction also as well. Instead of outsourcing your direction. And it's like, that can be really tough when you've been so used to asking everybody else, for help and guidance, for your direction. Because it's like, even if you get direction, it's like you still questioning it in a sense here. Like, it's like, all right, like I got direction from somebody. It's like, now I'm kind of still questioning the direction and clarity, because it's like some of us are just so used to being kind of just overthinking type of energy. So some of you could be overthinking a certain direction that you need to make, but it's like you already have the answer. Especially when you're dealing with spirit, like spirit will kind of just give you that time to where they won't even give you the answer because you already have it. So it's like they're kind of just like, yeah, we'll see. Once you kind of stop, kind of throwing that little hissy fit, once you kind of just, be still, like we've been telling you to be still, okay, is when you'll actually be like, oh, okay, it's already been there. I just needed to lean into it. I just need to go ahead and make a plan in a sense here, type of energy. That's why I said it's so important to rest. Like, it's so important to rest. It's so important to take some time to yourself. Okay. Scales of balance. What I say? Like, it's like once you balance yourself, you will have that answer. Like, it'll literally come. Someone could be a Libra. All right. It doesn't have to be. You may want to check your Libra placements also as well in your chart. Okay. So Libra energy, like that's overthinking energy also as well. Okay. So, some of you may not be a air sign, but you have air in your chart. Okay. Some of you may not even know about a birth chart also as well. Okay. We do have a birth chart. I'll explain that on my page. Okay. I'll just go ahead and lay it out to where it's more, so I don't have to talk about it. All right. All right, spiritual messages. I'm going to do one more collective here. I'm like 65% Libra. I got all air signs and all water in my chart. Fire too, no earth. All right, spiritual messages for the collective. This will be the last collective. So we'll see what's going on spiritually. Spiritual messages for the collective at this time. What's going on spiritual for the collective? What's going on spiritually? I'm hearing identity. I just got the chills really bad. I'm hearing identity crisis. So this could be something to where you're shifting your identity here. All right. Kind of getting out of that energy of being more 3D and moving more into, your spiritual sense here, your spiritual body. Moving with your higher self instead of moving with your more egotistical ways. Okay. Or moving more 3D, kind of just one of those things of being very materialistic, okay? Or just kind of what you see in front of you with your two eyes and not your first eye type of energy, okay? So it's like, and especially when it comes to direction, and like trusting the process, it's kind of like one of those things to where things are moving for you, or something is different, but it's like for some reason you just can't figure out how to you don't see it, okay, in front of you. Like you don't see it with your two eyes, the two eyes that you were taught to see with. So it's like you don't necessarily see it. So it's like it's kind of contradicting in a sense your faith here, okay? And that can be hard. That can be really hard to where it's like, in your mind, but then you think that your mind's playing tricks on you also at the same time. It's like, am I tripping? Like, am I kind of delulu? Do I think that it's really not moving and working out for me? And then you start seeing the signs, and the signs start showing, trust the process, have faith, da 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 da. And then they send you that confirmation of ease, and you're like, oh, okay. And then it's like, and then after you like, oh, okay, then it's like, I'm overthinking again type of energy. It's like, God damn, can I have some peace? Like, for real, can I have some peace at this time? Like, for real. It's like, one minute you feel at ease, but it's like, it's almost like you're kind of depending on the sign, okay? It's kind of like you're dependent on the sign and not necessarily depending on your energy in a sense here. And that's one thing that like higher level guides will trust you to, or will navigate you to do, okay? Is to trust your own intuition. When it comes to our spirit team, and when it comes to our guides, they don't want you to be crutched on them in a sense. They want you to be more independent. That's the whole point of them guiding you and not necessarily being the driver all the time. They want you to be the driver, but they will guide you. It's like kind of like one of those things to where, you're driving and then it's like, oh, well, I can kind of give you a direction here and there, but you're going to have to kind of figure it out on your own type of energy. Okay, that's why sometimes we'll have moments to where we don't necessarily even feel connected to spirit, to where it's like, damn, where y'all at? Like, give me a sign. What's going on? Like, are y'all quiet now? I don't see no angel numbers. Like, what's going on? I don't see no birds. Like, I don't see no insects that's kind of going around, whatever the case may be. And it's like, because they want you to not always depend on them. When we were a kid, and that's why I said, like, there's like something here in regards to childhood that's coming up. and as far as like our direction in a sense here, because it's like you can't always outsource yourself to, asking, hey, what should I make a decision for myself, or should I do this or should I do that? It's like, you want to really try to find clarity for yourself. And a lot of times when you come and get a reading, it's clarity coming back to you in a sense here. It's something that you already know. There may be little things in there that's thrown in there that you don't really necessarily know, but it's like your spirit knows it, your heart knows it in a sense here, okay? Okay, exactly. Take them training wheels off. That's exactly how it is. Okay, take them training wheels off. Okay, it's like, when you go into training for a job, it's like you have, you go into training for a job, and it's like you have like what, they'll shadow you for a little bit. They'll have that person, that trainer there, to where you can, hey, help me, ask me, da da da. Your first couple of weeks or whatever the case may be. But then it's like after your first couple of weeks, it's like, oh, you on your own now. You on your own now. What you mean you need help? Like, hey, go get the handbook. What's in the handbook? Okay. It's like, check that out. All right. And it's like every once in a while, you can kind of ask that question, to where somebody will be like, hey, oh, I can help you with that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, as far as like actually doing your job, like that's not what they're going to do. They're not going to do your job. And that's definitely what it is when it comes to a spirit team, and your ancestors and, ascended masters and, whatever the case may be, angels, angelic support. They're not going to do your job. That's why they can always, it's like that. There's that saying of leading, I don't know, a horse to the water or some shit and they can't drink it or something like that. I don't fucking know. But it's kind of like that saying in a sense here. Like, you can pray to your ancestors to do all this type of shit or whatever the case may be. Yeah, do this for me, do this for me. And they're like, it's almost like they're like, bitch, you do something. Like, you do something. What you mean? Spiritual messages. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. Thank you. Thank you. Shit. All right. Show me what I need to see here. So really also as well, we're in Aquarius season. So you could be really kind of feeling that push also as well. Aquarius is the energy of rebellion. Aquarius is seeking, higher knowledge. Aquarius is freedom also as well, being able to free yourself. So it's like certain things can be feeling very kind of like it's like squeezing you, like make a choice type of energy, to where it's like free yourself, what direction you want to go. Aquarius is also futuristic also as well. We are in there's like an Aquarius stellium, certain thing that's going on in the cosmos right now. So it's like certain choices is for longevity at this time. Okay. So it's like, certain things that you need to make right now is certain things that will be, good for longevity here. Yeah, spiritual attack. Okay. So like I said, take some time to kind of be in that hermit mode because, there's some sort of, spiritual attack that's going on. So, spiritual attack can also be your own self. You could be your own self to where you're allowing these spiritual attacks to happen because you're not necessarily tapping in with yourself and taking that time with yourself. Okay. So, like I said, whenever there's a time to where you're ready to shift and it's time for you to move into direction, the enemy comes in a sense, or whoever, if you call it the enemy, the devil, whatever the case may be. But it's like when it's time for you to make a choice and get clear on something, especially if it's something that's going to change your life for the long run, or do what's best for you in a sense here. That's when the seeds of doubt start to coming in. It's like, oh, you start to get scared, the fear comes in, those demons is like fear or, feel lack of scarcity or, whatever the case may be, or greed in a sense here, or, to where you start eating more, all of a sudden, or to where you start just spending because it's like, you don't know what to do because you don't know how to sit with yourself. All right, messages here for the collective. Cancer, someone could be a Cancer, Pluto, and generational trauma. So what I was picking up on with Cancer energy also as well, and generational trauma coming out, Cancer is the 4th house, which is also ruled by ancestral energy, your roots energy also as well. So, what I was speaking on at the beginning of this live is how I would get into places to where I would get kind of scared, and I'll just start, what did I say? I'll just start, overextending myself to where I'll be in that survival mode. But I've been healing my nervous system, to where, I know when to rest, but sometimes I fall into that comfortability, that pattern that I used to be in, the old version of myself, to where I'll fall into. And like I said that part of that had to do with my mom. Part of that had to do with my grandmother's, type of energy, to where we would overextend ourselves, knowing that we need to rest, especially as, nourishing that feminine energy within ourselves. We have to rest in order for us to be, our best selves. So that could be in a space to where you're at now, that Cancer energy. You may want to check and see where your Cancer placement is, or what's in your fourth house also as well. But that could be that generational trauma that you're kind of, holding on to. And it's like Pluto energy. Pluto is, Scorpio. Scorpio can be significant also as well. Pluto's that transformation. It's that destructive energy. It's that, moving things out that doesn't necessarily work for you to move into things that actually work for you type of energy. So it's like I said, it feels very kind of strong at this time. Okay. And like I said, this could be to where, it's more so generational and not necessarily you. So it's like, say for instance, you've been kind of working on yourself, and it's like, now it's like, when it comes to spirituality, it's layers, it's levels to this shit, pretty much. So it's like, you're not just only healing the parts of you, you're also healing that generational trauma that was passed on through your DNA, through the mom, through your dad, through your grandmother, through your grandfather, through, ancient, ancestors also as well. So it's like, it's not even your energy sometimes. So some of you may be kind of feeling that, to where some of this generational trauma has been kind of moving through you at this time. And it's like you're feeling more fearful. Okay. But it's like, just allow yourself to transform, kind of, pick up on that energy and think, when my mom was in this position, what type of decisions did she make? Did she choose herself, or did she not choose herself? And it's like, that's what I had to really kind of think about, to where it's just like, especially when I left my 9-to-5 job, my mom and my grandma, they was, the government, they're going to, what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, but it's like, that's not what I want to do. That's not where I'm at. And it's like, so it's like their belief system, where is their belief system versus your belief system? Because it's like, you're supposed to be the generational breaker, in a sense, to where you break that pattern, that you have been kind of carrying from people, passed down in your generation here. Show me what else. Taurus, all right? So you can be a Taurus, all right, also as well, all right? Taurus energy. Tauruses, y'all like to be in that energy to where... Well, the thing is like, you guys you keep it very real. Okay. So it's like, you be very realistic about things. You guys are also very analytical also. But when you're more in your grounded state, when you're more in your grounded energy, you can make better decisions. So when you're kind of all over the place and you're kind of stuck and stagnant in that complacency energy, a lot of times Tauruses, y'all can get very lazy, and eating everything up, in a sense. So you could be having a lot of snacks going on, to where, you're kind of just emotionally eating and not necessarily dealing with your emotions. And you guys can fall very stubborn. Okay. That's a fixed sign. So it's like, you guys can be kind of stuck in patterns to where you kind of just, it's comfortable. What's comfortable is comfortable. What's working for me, type of energy. If I take a little bit of bad hits here and there, then it's okay. I can kind of bounce back type of energy. But it's like, when you move in that bull energy, when you move in that energy to where you're very much kind of headstrong into your direction and you're grounded in your energy with Divine Mother, you can fuck some shit up, okay, for yourself. You can fuck some shit up to where you literally can, move in the direction that you need to be, and you can make some things happen the way you can. And it'll balance some things out, in a sense here. Demonic Handler is on the bottom of the deck here also as well. So some of you, like I said, can be dealing with a particular person around you who kind of keeps you also in that energy of you being in that stuck energy, to where, you fall back into your ways. And it's like, check the circle around you, people around you. Are they the right people to be around you at the times that you know that you need to be more disciplined, also as well. Like I said, when, relationships also as well, when it comes to Taurus energy. So, you guys are ruled by Venus. So sometimes you can get caught up in love situations. We had love and partnerships that came out. So dream manipulation on the bottom of the deck here also as well. So you guys can get caught up in love situations to where you lose yourself in love. And it's like, even Libras also as well, you guys are ruled by Venus. So it's like, some of you may be in a space to where you lose yourself in love. And it's like, you don't really want to lose yourself in love. Like, you should be your full self in love. You should be your your higher self in love in a sense here also as well. You should be your best self in love, because that's why would we lose ourselves in love, when two is better than one in a sense? Like, why would we lose ourselves? So, and that's something that I had to think about also as well. Like, I had to think about, damn, like, why did I lose myself in certain relationships, when two is supposed to be better than one? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm tired of fucking being single. Like, I done been single for 3 years. And it's like, and I'll still continue to be single, but it's like, I'm tired of being single. Like, I need a little bit of help here, okay? Like, yeah, soulmate, twin flame, exactly. Like, I need a little bit of help here. And then Libra, like I said, someone's a Libra here, okay? But like I said, love energy. So it's like, some of you, when you're with a real true soulmate, a real true twin flame, they up level you. You don't lose yourself when you are dealing with that type of person, because they continue to up level you. They uplift you in a sense here. They're not abusive to you, or whatever the case may be. So it's like, it's that partner in crime type of energy. So, some of you, if you're in certain relationships to where you don't feel like your best self, that can also be you, your situation. The grass is greener where you grow it, not necessarily, everybody has to be pointing the finger. So it's like, you have to make the choice also as well. But sometimes when we're around certain people that kind of, cater to the old versions of ourselves, or cater to that version of us to where we want to stay comfortable and stuck and stagnant, it's not going to get you anywhere, and it's like, that's just on your own decision if you want to just continue to go that direction and go that route. Show me what else. Someone who's healthy for you can see you slipping, see you going down those old versions of yourself and those patterns, or whatever the case may be. Hey, your anxiety's kind of spiking a little bit, I've been noticing it. And it's like, and they'll speak to you. They'll speak life into you in a sense here. So it's like, you got to really kind of pay attention. Who speaks life into me? Who values me? Who, sees me slipping and knows that I need someone to talk to? Who sees me saying, oh, I'm okay, what I'm saying, or I'm doing great, whatever the case may be. But really, that person that knows you is like, nah, you ain't okay. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it by your patterns. I can see the way you, been eating a lot. I can see the way you kind of mope around. I can see the way you don't necessarily put yourself together, and it's like, some people will be so stuck into themselves that they won't even see that in you. And it's like, you want that person that's going to be able to see that and uplift you here, okay? Galactic Federation and Karmic Family Lesson, okay? So some of you are getting very much galactic support at this time, okay? Galactic Federation came out, and as well as Karmic Family Lesson. So it's like, some of you are learning lessons from family. I've been talking about this whole time of this message, since the beginning, is family. All right. It can be very significant. Family doesn't have to be necessarily bad. Okay. Don't look at it at that, in a sense here. It's just one of those things to where they're not necessarily evolved the way that you're trying to evolve. And sometimes those people cannot always go with you. For the time being. The people that are meant to go with you, they'll start, seeing what you got going on. Hey, what I'm saying? Like, I seen you was talking about, what the nervous system and, therapy and all that type of stuff. And I've been kind of thinking about, doing that myself type of energy. That's when, people want to continue to start going down that route with you, to where it's like, damn, I see the things changing with them. I want to kind of start, pouring back into myself, versus people that will be like, oh, you too soft, or oh, you therapy, that's for white people, or, whatever the case may be type of energy, and it's like, sometimes people have their own timeline also as well. I had to notice that with some of my family members, to where it's like, you're just not on the same timeline as me. And I'm like, eventually you'll get it. What I'm saying? Hopefully you do, because I want you guys to come this way. But it's like, for now, I got to kind of step away, at this time. Okay. And that can hurt, because I can feel somebody's hurt right now. That is on here. I can feel it, and I'm going to get out of that energy. But So some of you may be really kind of struggling with letting go of certain patterns of family at this time, and just kind of keeping that distance. And what I feel like is you really feel it, like you feel it in your heart space, to where you know that this is the direction that you got to go. You know that you got to make that choice. You know you got to change, but it's like you've been procrastinating on making that change because it's tough, because that's all you knew for so long. And it's like where am I going to go when I'm by myself? Where's my cousins going to be at when I used to always be around my cousins type of energy. So this could be very tough lesson with learning with family for some of you guys at this time. And it's very tough, because I've been through it also as well, and I'm still going through it. So that's why I can definitely feel you. And sometimes we will be in a space to where we will procrastinate. And like I said, that window is like, hey, you got to make a decision. Okay. Pisces energy. You could be a Pisces water sign energy. Okay. So it's like certain things are being illuminated. Certain, illusions are being lifted here. Also as well. Okay. Pisces energy is that dreamer energy also. Okay. So it's like some of you can be getting certain messages through your dreams, to where you're seeing family members that are not necessarily there. Okay. Or family members that have been snaking you this whole time. It's like, damn, it's like, damn, you too type of energy. And one thing I will say, when it comes to, spirituality, and you're moving through your spiritual journey, spirit will work you up to where you need to be, in a sense here, to where it's like, they will take things a little bit slow for you, and then they'll show you the big bang, in a sense. So it's like, say for instance, you've been like, all right, you was shown the fake friend. All right. So it's like, all right, I'm going through my spiritual journey, oh, there's a fake friend. Spirit showing me the fake friend. The veil has been lifted from this person. So it's like, okay, you cut that fake friend off, and then it's into the point to where it's like, I don't really care. That person was fake anyway. So it's like, it didn't affect you. It didn't penetrate that heart, in a sense. Keep going. You keep going down your spiritual journey, whatever case may be. Now it's another friend, okay? Or it's a coworker, or, it's you're a client, or whatever case may be. And it's like, oh, I can let go of them. It kind of sting a little bit, but I can let go of them type of energy. Now it's your favorite cousin. You going down your journey now, whatever case may be. Now it's your favorite cousin. And it's like, damn, my favorite cousin, the person that I was always close with, okay? Now it's your best friend, type of energy also as well. Now it's your grandma. Now it's your mom. Now it's your aunt. Now it's your uncle. And it's like, they'll work it up, to the point to where it's that person that you are the closest with will most of the time be the last person that you find, the last person that you end up get to knowing. Okay. Yeah. Your favorite cousin. Yeah. I feel you guys. Allow yourself to move through those emotions. Okay. Because it is tough. And a lot of times when we find out that certain people have betrayed us, or, people have been fake, it's like we can easily kind of discard it, in a sense, to where we just dismiss our emotions and our feelings. And one thing spirit will do is spirit will bring you back to that emotion. They will bring you back to that energy, to where, you're fine for a little bit, but everything starts to coming in when you start to being for real alone, when you really got to go through that journey by yourself, when you really got to kind of be alone for that time, when it comes to, New Year's, or, Thanksgiving or Christmas. And a lot of you guys probably, discovered that, last year, to where Christmas just wasn't feeling the same. You wasn't feeling as connected, or Thanksgiving, you decided not to go to that Thanksgiving, dinner, or whatever the case may be. And it's like reality setting in, reality get to really setting in when you really got to sit with yourself, and you really got to understand, damn, like, I can't really be as close to that person that I was anymore. And you think about, they start bringing those memories back, to where it's like, damn, we used to do this together. We used to do that together. Because what it's doing is it's opening your heart space. When you go through that spiritual journey, it opens up your heart. And, so it's like when you've had so many blockages over your heart, to where it's like you've closed it and you closed it and you closed it, and you just allow things to kind of just discard, or whatever the case may be, it opens yourself up. And so some of you may be in a space to where you're opening certain things, and it's a lot to take on. It's like, it's a lot to navigate. It's tough. Okay. And it's like, Spirituality is not easy all the time. They can try to make it seem like, oh, the angel numbers, oh, the herbs and mixing this and mixing that and whatever the case may be, but nobody talks about that isolation. Nobody talks about the time that you got to be alone. Nobody talks about the people that you got to really let go and actually sit with those emotions instead of being angry about it. Because those emotions are going to come back. We can always be like, oh yeah, that was fake, I let them go, but it's like, really, truly, how did that make you feel? How did it truly make you feel in all actuality? That was someone that was the closest person to you. You was really close to that person. So it's like, that person knew everything about you, or, that person knew all your secrets. And it's like, and you had to let that person go. You had to lose it. So like I said, what do you have? I named the title of this message, what do you have to lose and what do you have to gain? Sometimes you have to take those losses from people or places or things or whatever the case may be. But it's like, in the end, you have so much more to gain. You have so much more to gain because you have been choosing yourself. You actually get to liberate yourself. You're freeing yourself of the chains, of the shackles, of the things that you have not even been yourself with. Because you have to really turn back around and be like, damn, was I showing the real true version of myself when I was around those people? Did I have to dim my light when I was around those people? Did I have to kind of not really wear the certain clothes that I wanted to wear because I kind of, picked up on the energy of those people not really, feeling some type of way about themselves because maybe they was too, uncomfortable with their weight at that time? Did I have to kind of dim my light in regards to not speaking on certain things that I wanted to speak about because they wasn't going to understand what I was talking or understand my lingo or my language, type of energy? It's really one of those things that you have to hone into. And it's like, one of those things to where when you look back and you see certain things, it was an illusion. So when the veil gets lifted and you get to see, damn, like I was kind of around people that I thought that actually was there for me, but they wouldn't do the same thing for you. They wouldn't do the same thing for you. So it's like, some of you may be at that space to where you're understanding that, damn, I actually overextend myself. Some of you may have kind of drew back from calling people to where it's like, oh, I've always, every single time we talk is because I text you first or I called you first. You don't call me. You don't text me, when we're not in the space to where I'm not calling you or texting you, or you're not checking up on me. I'm checking up on you more than you're checking up on me. Type of energy, or they don't see you. They just don't simply see you to where it's like you're going through it. Maybe you needed somebody to really kind of talk to you, but you're the main one that's always ministering to everybody else, but you needed someone to tell you, hey, everything's going to be okay. I can tell you kind of been, drawing back from certain people. What's going on for real, for real? Your people, your soul family should be able to see that and spot that within you. That's why some of you, what do you have to lose? The people that may be not necessarily on your level, on your energetic level, the people that may not always kind of pour into you the way that you pour into everybody else. What do you have to gain? New people, a new community, a new place, a new home within yourself also as well. That's what you have to gain. You have to gain yourself, your version of yourself, your authenticity. Okay, so some of you may have had to dim your light around certain people to where now you ain't even got to dim your light anymore. Okay, like that's a gain. That's a gain. That's not a loss. That's a gain. Everybody that had a release around me, I literally am okay with the fact that I had to let that go. Did it hurt at the time that it did? Does it still hurt sometimes? Hell yeah, it does. But it's like, I sit back and I think, damn. Actually, I really wasn't able to be myself around those people. Actually, the things that I was talking about, I kind of thought I was a little bit weird. Certain people would look at me a certain type of way, and it's like I'm actually glad that I don't have to live with that burden on my shoulders anymore. To where I'd rather be by myself right now than to be around a whole bunch of people that don't even understand me, but you've been around me for years. So it's like, you have people that you just really understand in and out. And I'm talking to my intellects right now. I'm talking to my, my people that analyze, overanalyze. I'm talking to my people that are ministers. You're a healer in a sense here to where you understand and you feel so deeply also as well. So it's like you can understand people more than they understand themselves type of energy. I'm talking to my healers. So it's like, you can't be around a whole bunch of energy vamping, suckers in a sense here, to where they suck you, drive your energy, and then you go home and you don't have nobody to talk to about what you actually really truly are going through. You may touch it on the surface a little bit. You may say, oh yeah, I'm kind of going through this, whatever case might be, but it's like they don't really know how to really kind of tap in with you for real, for real. So it's like, even if they say certain things to where it's like, oh, things will be okay, it doesn't penetrate that heart. And it's like, because you have to come back to yourself to where you feel more of opening yourself up. That's why you're going through this path. That's why you're going down a certain situation to where spirit is opening yourself up here. It's like they're plying you open because you closed yourself off so much because you wasn't able to be open around anybody that you was around. Last message is for the collective. Bottom of the deck here, self-confidence through God confidence, Ashe. And this is pink also as well, okay? So it says here, believe in yourself by believing in God working through you, okay? I'm going to read that again. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. Okay, that's what I was just explaining. Okay, it's like, spirit, God, divine source, whatever you call it, universe, okay, is working through you at this time, is plying you open, is opening up that heart chakra energy. So if you've been feeling a little bit more emotional, okay, that's all right. You need to cleanse that energy out anyways. You need to go ahead and cry. You need to release that energy. You need to release that old pain that you've been feeling for so long. You just never had that time to really allow it to flow. Okay. Last messages for the collective. Be gentle with yourself. Okay. Be gentle with yourself. I can't make this shit up. Okay. I can't make this shit up. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. Like I said, I knew that I was speaking to certain people that been, haven't been able to feel what they've been needing to feel. I knew I was talking to certain people pleasers. I knew I was talking to certain healers at this time. I knew I was talking to certain people that needed to be seen at this time also as well. Okay. That's why I was feeling that energy. I felt it. Okay. So it's like, be gentle with yourself at this time. It's okay. All right. I'm going to read it again. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. Okay. Last message is for the collective. If you're receiving this message, type in the chat, I receive. If you're receiving this message, type in the chat, I receive. Those that are receiving this message, take some deep breaths at this time. Take 10 deep breaths. Gratitude divine. Last message for the collective. Last message for the collective. Bottom of the deck. Self-love. Bottom of the deck is self-love here. Okay? And what came out? Love. Ashe. We know that what needs to be more in the world here is love. We need to love on each other, okay? There is so much that is going on in this. People are getting ripped from their families. People are dying out here for standing up for what's right, okay? Protesters. At this time, we need more love at this time, okay? So it's like, in order to give that love, Ashe, is you have to pour into yourself. You have to give yourself self-love before you can even give someone else love. Because when you don't love yourself, you can't love somebody else, okay? Like, double love, come on now. Like, come on now. Being gentle with yourself, come on now. Like, for real. Hurt people, but heal people. All right? Hurt people, but heal people. Bottom of the deck, life lessons. Okay? Life lessons. Life lessons is the bottom of the deck here. You can break free from reoccurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson and the blessing they contain. Okay? Like, I'm going to read that again. Actually, I'm reading that 3 times. 333 can be very significant at this time. You can break free from reoccurring negative patterns. I'm reading that over. You can break free from reoccurring negative patterns. You can break free from reoccurring negative patterns. You can break free from negative reoccurring patterns. Okay? By praying to know the lesson and the blessings they contain. What a beautiful way to end this message. What can I lose and what can I gain? That is life lessons. What do you lose? What do you gain from certain situations? That's life in general. We move on. Life continues to go on at this time. All right? That's life. All right. Oh, shit. I'm going to cleanse y'all off here and send y'all on y'all's way, and I will get started on my personal readings. Where's my selenite? If you're just getting into crystals, clear quartz and selenite is good to get. Also, as well as rose quartz, okay? I'm going to go get my rose quartz real quick, actually. This bad baby been sitting on my altar for months, so I know it's charged, okay? But yeah, for those that are starting out with crystals or want to get crystals, rose quartz is a good crystal to get, okay? It's pink, kind of opaque in a sense here also as well. It's good for self-love, pouring into yourself, having self-compassion as well. So it's a good love crystal to work with. Also beauty also as well. So if you kind of been wanting to kind of upgrade, in regards to, your beauty in a sense here, is good to work with also. Clear quartz is good to work with also. It's like a all around crystal. Also, this is selenite. So selenite is really good also as well. Selenite also cleanses other crystals, helps charge other crystals. And also it clears your energetic frequency also as well, okay? Gratitude, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, my highest lights. If you do not accept this cleanse, you can go ahead and leave now, all right? If you do, stay here, okay? Stay here. With this cleanse, allow it for about a week here. Some of you may end up having an emotional breakdown also as well, for some of you that have already kind of been waiting on or working on yourself here, okay? So you may have a little emotional breakdown. The direction that spirit is saying, after you have this emotional breakdown, get up and dance. Okay, get up and dance. Turn on your favorite music stations, and dance that energy out after you cried. Okay, don't stay in that energy of being sad and being sorrow. Don't go to sleep sad. Whatever the case may be, just get it out of your energy. Okay, allow yourself to flow. Goddess and most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and my highest life for assisting me in this cleanse. Ashe for the heart chakra, the heart space, for those that are needing it at this time, for those that receive it, and those that are wanting to receive it at this time. Ashe. Those that are open to receiving this cleanse here, just repeat to yourself 3 times, I open my heart to receive. Repeat to yourself 3 times, I open my heart to receive. I open my heart to receive. They're saying also as well to repeat, I allow this cleanse in my life. Repeat that 3 times. I allow this cleanse in my life. I allow this cleanse in my life. Let me know when you're ready, Spirit. Take some deep breaths also as well. Ground your energy. If you feel a little bit overwhelmed, take some deep breaths here. Open yourself up. For those that are able to, close your eyes and take a dive in some water. For those that are able to at this time, if you're not, that's okay. But those that are able to, close your eyes and see yourself submerging yourself into the water. Whatever it is that is weighing on your heart at this time, allow me to take it from you. Okay, allow me to take whatever it is that is weighing on your heart at this time. Allow me to receive it from you. I release this energy and transmute it to divine source energy. Ashe, gratitude, spirit, for cleansing and purifying the energy. Gratitude, divine, for restoring the energy. Ashe. Thank you, Bree. Uplift the energy at this time. Uplift the collective at this time. Allow them to release that no longer serves them, people, places, and things at this time. Restore them with divine ease, clarity, peace, and love. Ashe. Gratitude. You're welcome, Kayla. I'm glad you feel lighter. For those that are receiving this message, repeat to yourself, I restore my life with peace and love. I restore my life with peace and love at this time. I restore my life with peace and love. Thank you, Spirit. I send back all of the collective's energy cleansed and purified and amplified to their highest light. Ashe. I command back all of my energy cleansed and purified and amplified to my highest light. Ashe. Gratitude, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, my highest light, for assisting me in this cleanse and restoration of the divine collective. I didn't even know I was sweating like this. This goddamn... Oh, I hate sweating. I swear I do. We gotta find a different way for me to transmute energy. I'm telling you. Because it's like whenever I'm transmuting energy, I just start sweating. And it's like they need to find something else because it just doesn't feel ladylike. I hate that shit. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm done with the collective messages. Thank you for the live likes. I appreciate it. Thank you for those that have recently followed me. I hope you guys feel much more lighter and clearer throughout the day. Like I said, allow this to kind of transmute during this whole week. Okay. For those of you that have not necessarily been tapped in with your heart space, it may take a little while for you to really kind of penetrate that heart space also as well, okay? Because it takes time for you to allow yourself to open up, okay? So even if you don't necessarily cry, just know that it's still working. You have to also do your part as far as opening your heart space. For those that did go ahead and do this cleanse, Spirit is saying to tap into a heart chakra frequency that has rain or water that is connected with it. Also, those of you that accepted the cleanse, get into a spiritual bath within the next 3 days also as well. Blue jays is significant, red cardinals are significant, and crows are significant at this time also as well. Some of you may see a snake on your timeline. That has to do with your rebirth and your transformation, or you just may see a snake, not necessarily physically, but you may see a snake tattoo, or just a snake in general. Pay attention to that, okay? That has something to do with you shedding at this time. So that will be your confirmation. They're also showing me the yin and yang symbol. So duality, you may see a lot of black and white things, like checkers is what I'm picking up on. But certain black and white things that you may start seeing a lot lately. Pay attention to a particular billboard as you're going to get drawn to a particular billboard for somebody here that is going to give you some sort of clarity here also as well, okay? I see a lot of snake symbols. Ashe. Ashe. Good. You're welcome, Allie. Hold on. Hey, y'all. Sorry, I had to mute you guys real quick. Okay. Bree, I got you. All right, y'all. Have a good day, y'all. Collective. I'm gonna go ahead and start on my personal. Golden, if you're still here, your phone's been tripping. You're welcome, Ethereal. Have a good one. Happy birthday, Big Aquarius gang. Bree, I'm gonna have us hop on a call. I'm gonna go ahead and honor it for today. But I'm gonna have us go ahead and hop on a call here. Okay. Hey, Trap K. Okay, big Aqua gang in this motherfucker. All right. Thank you, Cindy. Have a good day, Cindy. So Bree, DM me your number, real quick. All right. Send me your number. Golden, if you're still on here, I can go ahead and honor you also as well, off of live, for today only. So if you're still on here and you're receiving this message, send me a DM also as well so I can give you a quick call. But yeah, peace and love, y'all. Bree, I'll be talking to you shortly. Thank you guys. Have a good one.